Hi guys, so I feel called to talk about fear because it is such a huge part of our lives and it's the number one thing that holds us back from going after the things we want in life. And I want to start off first by talking about what is fear, why we have it, and then talk about some ways we can overcome it because a lot of the times we don't even realize that what we think we're afraid of is not what we're actually afraid of. So, fear, what is it? All it is a feeling, and it's a feeling that we have inside of our body. We can't see it, it's not out there, it's just this feeling, and it's inside of our mind, inside of our body, but it holds us back from doing what we want, and we're not even conscious of why it's there in the first place. The thing about fear is that fear comes from an ancient part of our brain. When, way back when our life was in danger, fear would come out and protect us. It was like a survival mechanism when there was a threat in our environment. But now as we evolved, the fear comes up and we feel like we're in danger when in reality, when there's no threat in our environment. So it's like this survival response that our bodies have. And now we have so many fears that are very irrational. And the thing is that our life's not actually in danger, but our subconscious is telling us that we are. So the trick for this is to first find out what you're actually afraid of. So we think we're afraid of an event or some kind of thing. Like, let's say I have a fear of failure, but am I really afraid of failure itself? And when you ask the question why and you dig deeper, you can find out what you're truly afraid of. And that's when the fear has less power over you. It's only when you bring your fears up to the light that you're able to take your power back and realize like how silly or irrational it was to even have this fear in this first place. But it's completely normal to feel this way because we've all been programmed to have a lot of fears. So, for example, if I had a fear of failure, then if I ask the question why, I can go deeper. So why am I afraid of failure? I'm really afraid of failure because I'm really just afraid of being perceived as a failure by others. Okay, well, why am I afraid of that? And then you dig deeper, another layer deeper. I'm afraid to be perceived as a failure because I don't want to look stupid or I don't want to be made fun of by others. Okay, well, why am I afraid of that? Because then if that's the case, then I won't be accepted by others. Okay, well, why am I afraid of that? Because when I'm not feeling accepted by others, that I'm not receiving love by others. Okay, well, why am I afraid of that? Because when love is taken from us, we feel unsafe because love is one of our basic human needs. And when we feel that there's a threat, that one of our human needs is taken from us, then we feel unsafe and then we feel like we're in danger. So see how that comes back to our primal self, because a lot of our fears is all we want is love and we want to feel safe. Those were a lot of our fears, what they come back to. So when you ask the question why and dig deeper and find out what you're actually afraid of and see how you can remind myself like, wait, I am safe, my life's not in danger, I'm still receiving love, like everything's okay. We're actually afraid of the feelings, not the actual events itself. We're emotional beings, and when we feel like our primal needs aren't met, then we feel like we're not safe or that there's danger. So that's the first step on overcoming our fears, is first realizing, bringing to the light what we're actually afraid of. And another way is to change your relationship with fear itself. So a lot of the times when we feel fear, it feels very uncomfortable to us. We don't like the feeling, we push it away. But when we can change our relationship and not see it as uncomfortable feeling, but seeing it as your guide, as your teacher. So when I feel the feeling of fear, I can recognize it and say, hey, like, I noticed this here. I have two decisions in life. This one, I feel the fear more towards, so I know to go towards that one, because the things that we're afraid of are actually the direction we're supposed to go towards, because they're getting us outside of our comfort zone and they're taking us closer to our dreams. So recognizing fear as a teacher, as a guide, and noticing that it's not a bad feeling. It's simply just another emotion, and it's not one to be pushed away. It's one to be brought to the light and understand why it's there in the first place. Because once we can change our relationship to it, then we have less resistance around it, and the less the fear comes up and the less it takes over us. It's all about developing a healthy relationship. So when you notice a fear, like take a moment to pause and be like, hey fear, like I notice you, I feel you, thank you for trying to keep me safe, but I'm safe, I'm good, and I'm gonna go towards this thing anyways, and still take action towards the thing. That's where the disconnect is that we notice a fear and we're like, nope, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to experience that, so I'm just gonna go over here and do this decision. But when we take a moment to pause, recognize the fear, understand what it's saying, what it's telling us, and still take action towards what we truly want, towards our goals, then that's when we really take our power back. So there's a couple things that you can do to help with fear. So a couple things: when you're scared, you can say to yourself, my imagination is hurting me, let's change the story. Because a lot of our fears are just irrational. So when we can say that, we're bringing it to the light, and we're noticing that it's not even real. Or you can ask, why is this ridiculous? And really be like realistic about, or really see the bigger picture of the fear. Because a lot of our fears, we're not in danger, it's just an illusion of danger. So and then after you go through an experience and you face your fears, these are really good review questions to ask yourself after. What did you learn from facing your fear? Was it worth being scared this whole time? Do you feel freer now that you have faced your fear? Was it as scary as your thoughts? What will be easier next time? What will you tell yourself next time you're feeling fear? So a lot of what I'm sharing comes from I think they're called the coaching guys. I'll tag them if I can find their account, but this goes into like neuralistic programming and just a lot of deeper psychology behind human behavior. So that's really how we can overcome fear, is first notice the fear, ask the question why, dig deeper, find the root of what you're actually afraid of, recognize the feeling, change your relationship to it, and tell yourself that you're safe, that you're okay, and your basic needs are met, and still take action towards the things that you want. And once you can do one small thing that helps you face your fears, ask those review questions and realize that so much things aren't as scary as our minds tell us that they are. Our ego is just trying to protect us, and it's all about just developing a healthy relationship with our fear. And once we do that, like, we have the power to do anything we want in life, and nothing can hold us back anymore. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I hope it brought a lot of value for you.